First is to apologize to all commuters and the people of the state, the people of Delta State, and all the people that use this road. Let me also say that NDDC is here with us and is willing to also intervene. Like we will go to Sapele, the road, and we will let him speak. Now, I am very, very disappointed with this concessionaire. I am very, very disappointed, and I offer apologies. I take full responsibility for the mistakes and the destruction of public assets. Because I have the bill of quantities here, I have the conditions of contract here. The Minister of Work does not allow anybody to remove the asphalt on the road. That is against the policy of the Minister of Works. I've been here with the governor of the state, and at that time they started removing the asphalt. We frowned at it, and we begged them not to remove this. And each time the Minister of Works instructs them, they will tell them we are not independent engineer. It's independent engineer that is responsible. But you should have been arrested for destruction of public, assets. It has nothing to do with concessional law or anything. And I'm directing all controllers to arrest any contractor or concessionaire that removes asphalt on our road. This road was not like this before we handed it to us. It was not like this. And what jargon are you speaking? You are speaking unintelligently, telling us about the traffic is built up. Did you not see the road very well before you decided? You ran through every way to manipulate the process, and you got the job. Now you are complaining because you lack technical confidence. You have no knowledge of road construction. How many of the logs will you put aside? You have no legal statement. You have no technical confidence. You have no technical staff. And now you have brought controlled hardship. President is saying the purpose of the people. The president has directed us to come here and do whatever is possible. The thing about concession is that it's all, most of it in the pretensious platform. You do all that you need to do and let the government act. Then you go and start making money from government for what you didn't work for. But the law is there. There is what is called overriding public interest. And so we are very disappointed with this. A competent contractor would have known what to do. Because when you are doing concessioning, you have to find out about the technical competence of the so-called concessionaire. You have to find out where the concessionaire has done job before. You are talking about reputation and integrity. Where else have you done work? You are learning how to do construction on our road. You couldn't have put all this inside water. Again and again, we apologize. This is so sad, and it is unexcusable. And so, we are inviting concessionaire and all the contractors within Edo State. We have invited them. We have invited ICRC. We invite the independent engineer. We all meet in the conference room of Edo State Complex, and then we agree on way forward. And we have to put the people ahead of every law. We have to put the sufferings of the people ahead of all this magomago that is going on here. This is very dangerous. And if we leave this, the concessionaire may not be safe on the road. My staff, Minister of Works, may not be safe on the road. Yeah. Because there is an extent, you must not provoke the people. This is provocation that is at this highest level. Yeah. Where people cannot pass through the road because of greed, because of lack of confidence, because of manipulation. It's a pity. On the Asaba axis, where luckily they have not gone for destruction, we will be asking CCCC to excavate all the potholes and put lumps and put stone base, sharp stone base, and use cement to stabilize it and then turn it for traffic. After about 14 days, they will put wearing cost, finder cost on it. That is technical competence. That is how to work. And when you're working, you even used to use the limits to find out the weather condition. And when you are working, you have to ask about environmental, impact assessment. When is the rain in this place?
Yes.
When do you know how to? In fact, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. And let me announce to the people of Niger Delta that the president has already directed me that we should redesign all the roads from Lokoja, down to Benin, down to Warri, and to 401 kilometers by 2. And it's going to be country president. This is very important. The president has also directed that we discuss with concessionaires. We need to reconstruct these roads, not this palliative pandemonium that is going on, not this pretentious palliative that's okay. This road has a lot of traffic and it deserves to be reconstructed properly with reinforced concrete pavement. So that discussion is going to take place.
Federal Minister of Works need to be guided. Because whereas we have all these old roads that are in bad shape, he proposing the construction of new roads when existing roads are not there. Because 3 weeks ago, I understand 20 new roads were approved. Yet, sir, between Edo and Delta, there is manifest bias by the Minister of Works. You cannot go to Warri and you are here, Senator Dafinoni. You can't go to Warri from Benin. You can't go to Asaba from Benin. You can't go to Auchi from Benin. You can't go from Auchi to Okene from Benin. What have we done wrong? I think the minister has shown consistently there is no federal allocation. It is Mr. President goodwill. Mr. President goodwill that he directed that they should use tax credit to deal with part of this section. Otherwise, all the budget over the past 3 years is part of the first motion under your leadership that was moved to draw his attention. The Federal Minister of Works has failed deliberately to include that portion bordering Delta and Edo in the national budget.
You go to the states, it's the same thing. People are going to do super highway. Super highway to where? Let's see the small road. Super highway to where? They're going to do flyover. When the main road is not good, why are you doing the flyover? Where are we flying to? We want the road to be good. But they're going to do flyover. That is what you see in this country.
Lagos Calabar, obviously the project that's being worked on, that your statements on that project are...
My statement on it is one statement that is because I'm the one who made it, I won't use the word exemplary. All that I said is what I did even as a governor. There's so many existing roads that are in disrepair. So many that require the construction. There's some that are women that are not motorable. We really have a network of roads that need to be repaired, reconstructed, and everything. And I said, we don't need to start new ones. When Biden came here, he did something, he said he's going to improve the infrastructure. Did he say he's going to start new ones?
No infrastructure plan, yeah, you're right.
He said he's going to, that American infrastructure is decaying. He needs to improve it. He didn't say they're going to start new ones. He didn't say they're open new ones through the seas and everything. He saw that existing one, this is something that we have been glad. I remember telling someone in America, I wish they can give us this one they want to repair, so we can take it and put it in our place so they can have repair new ones, because that's what we need. But today, are you from Nigeria?
Yes, I am from Nigeria.
Which part of Nigeria?
Imo State.
Thank you. You can't drive from Owerri to Port Harcourt. Just Owerri to Port Harcourt. If you're driving from Owerri to Port Harcourt, the end of it will take you. You'll be going through the bush, coming out, everything, to just get there. You can't drive that. You can't leave that and you cannot drive from Kano to Medugri. I was in Kaduna a few weeks ago. The Kaduna bypass will take you hours. You cannot go from Abuja to Lokoja. You can drive from Lokoja to Auchi. You can't go from Auchi to Benin. The East-West Road has not been completed. You can't even drive from Benin to Sapele to Warri. You can't go from Calabar to Uyo. I can go on and on. Let's fix all this. You can't go from Osoka, where we call it Bonafo, to Otugbo. You can't go from Otugbo to Makode. These roads are in a mess. You need to fix them. So we have enough network of roads that are already existing. Same thing, Lagos, Ibadan. Can't go to Ibadan. Simply you can't drive to. Go to Ijebu, Benin, all the. No. So why are we starting new one? And I stand by it. I told them, even in our manifesto, we're not going to start anything new. Let's fix. And that's what I was telling you about when they talk about education, roads, everything in Anambra State. What I did, when I came in, some of the roads were started by my predecessor, Dr. Christian Gige. I completed it. He said, people of Anambra can tell you. You know, even to prove that I completed, I measured where he stopped and did my own. So, and then all the existing roads. And then started opening the rural areas where the roads did not exist again. I started opening it up. Built a maintenance agency to maintain them, because one of the problems we have in Nigeria is people think you can construct a road and it stays forever. No, in this country, you will see them every 5 years. They are laying a road that even exist. It's not everywhere in the world. In Nigeria, you build the road, people will say, oh, the road to be built has failed. I left government 10 years ago. The road is not forever. This building, this hotel, every 4 or 5 years, they refurbish everything. Otherwise, the hotel will fall, will collapse.
But it should be, obviously, there should be some revenue being generated by the roads to be able to maintain it. The federal government can't obviously be able to take care of every single road, so maybe tolls are some things that...
Nigeria has not said they will not pay tolls. When the toll gates were there, they were paying. If you do a good road in Nigeria today, Nigerians will pay toll. It is government, they can do it. They can do it based on the toll system, partnering strategically with those that can build the roads and collect the toll. But they won't do it because of obvious things.
Which are?
Corruption.
Okay, well, I'll leave that alone. I'll go back to Chioma for the sake of time.
In addressing another allegation, the Vice President has accused you of engaging in divisive rhetoric because you criticize the government's spending priorities. How do you respond to those allegations?
Well, I don't need to make comment on that. Just something I said. It doesn't exist. There's no evidence to that. If I said you need to put money here and remove money here, that's not criticism. I'm only just saying what is right. You know, where we're building students' hostel. We're building student hostel with 1 billion. Students' hostel. 12 tertiary institutions. We're spending 1 billion to build students' hostel, but we have 6 billion or 15 billion
15 billion.
to build 15 billion to build. Let me use Vice President House. Today in Nigeria, we have the highest number of homeless people globally. 24 million. Go and check it out.
But
and you're building a house for one person with that amount.
But they said that
That
one.
is the criticism. That's all.
But they said the money was already appropriated already.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When I became governor, monies were already appropriated for things that I changed. I said, no, we can't use these resources for this because we need it for something else. That's what makes you a leader. Being able to say things are wrong. I had my office. 208 million naira was appropriated for it. I did everything for the 3,200,000. I had my lodge, 486 million. I did everything with 81 million. And I can go on and on. The office of first lady that was already appropriated. I said, no, we don't need it. We shut it down. We already have appropriation to maintain our lodge now, but I shut it down. That's what makes you a leader. A leader finds solution to problems.